Okay, we are recording now.
All right.
Actually, right now we are recording. Ooh.
Hi, everybody. I'm Vampy,
I'm Val,
and this is Grade E Meat.
where we grade stuff on a meat scale from A being super awesome, Kobe beef, all the way down to E, which is absolutely horrible, pathetic, barely consumable people food. What are we watching tonight?
So, tonight I'm going to introduce you to the wonderful YouTube trip. It's a trip of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
I have
I,
heard absolutely nothing about
that's
this.
actually super surprising because it's considered one of the creepiest things that exists on YouTube.
I don't know. I've been
I
married
compare.
before, so.
Oh, nice. You can hear the collective groan already. No. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is 6 episodes. We're going to watch all six. We're going to watch them all in a row.
Okay.
Only about 35 minutes long for all six.
Okay.
And it starts out very happy go lucky and it turns bad fast. It can
Oh,
be interpreted many different ways. There's many different theories on the internet, on Reddit, everything. Nobody really knows except the people that made it.
well,
But
that's something we'll definitely dive into after this is over.
but I do love showing this to people that don't know it because it can be considered super creepy or just super stupid. I'm not really sure. I
Well,
find it creepy. So
it is midnight in the land of Valdemir, and it is 11 o'clock in the land of Vampy, so it is prime time to get scared shitless.
okay. Well, I mean, I've seen this before.
All right, folks, we're going to do a countdown to get this started so that way we can watch together. Ready?
Hmm.
1, 2, 3, go. There we go. And I got to do this. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you have no idea what you're in for, man. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but you have no idea what you're in for.
Okay.
It's gonna get effed up. Do look at all the background stuff that has clues as to what they're trying to do.
Okay. Well, this is definitely strange to
Supposedly.
begin with because it's all well, okay. At first glance, this seems like something I could have my kids watch.
You don't want your kids watching this.
Obviously not.
That's what they want you to think, though.
Right.
Like a lot of people thought this was a kid. It was actually listed in YouTube Kids for a while.
Are you kidding me?
And you're gonna learn really quickly why it should not be.
Well, God, I remember back in the day when my kids were using YouTube Kids and people would manipulate that so bad.
And
What
here we
the
go.
hell?
It's getting bad. Hope you're ready. I just know what's happening, so don't mind me.
I'm glad I'm experiencing this for the first time ever. That puppet, he's like, what in the fuck is going on here?
That was the first episode right there.
Wow, that was something else.
Yeah, this is it.
That was something else. Okay, well, it definitely has my attention now.
Okay, well that's good.
So
There was a lot of organs in there.
yeah. This is itcollective.com. Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, this they get progressively worse. But you're right, they all start out like a kids show. Same characters. I will say one thing, look at the calendar each
I've
episode.
been noticing that June 19th. So it's still the same day.
Mhm.
That puppet. He
The one that
cracks
looks like
me up.
Spaghetti Monster, or
No, the yellow one. He's always got this look of like, what in the hell is going on?
he's like Elmo.
Oh, I've got my Kool-Aid jammer to keep me quenched.
And just another reminder that you have children. He's watching porno.
Oh, wow,
know.
he sure is.
Thank you, sir. I know how hard that was for you to do.
Uh-oh.
Jesus.
What were you saying about letting your kids watch this?
Well, not anymore.
Yeah,
Still the same day.
that was the second episode.
I am very curious what in the hell is going on with these people. God almighty.
Read the thing. Still missing.
Oh.
Last seen June 19th.
Oh, wow.
This one's Love, by the way.
Is that the title of the episode?
We've done Creativity Time. This is Love.
Well, a lot of effort went into this.
Mm-hmm.
This reminds me of the
HP Huff and stuff.
No,
something like that.
The peyote trip Jack Black had in Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Close enough. Blood orgy. Sorry, that's South Park.
Okay, so tell me again how this is labeled as the scariest thing on YouTube.
It's super creepy as shit.
That is without saying.
Well, you know what? After we watch this, I can show you like a few of the other quickie ones if you want.
Okay.
Since apparently I know more about what's the scariest shit on YouTube than you.
I don't go down the YouTube rabbit hole very often.
Well, you should.
Or the rabbit holes I go down are not like this.
You're missing certain rabbit holes. I
guess. Wow.
I'm sorry, you were asking? Just curious.
It's just so random and so strange.
The scariest YouTube video is called The Hand Thing.
The hand thing?
It's really not scary. It's just weird.
Is that like salad fingers or whatever?
No, that's just salad fingers.
Okay. Okay, so episode 4. What's this one called?
I think it was supposed to be The World, but I think it ends up being the computer or like digital.
Okay. Still the same day.
Mm-hmm. Michael's behind them. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
On the mantle behind them.
We'll have to go back to that.
It's fine. You'll see it again. When you see them right there, in the mantle, right-hand side.
Oh, the head?
Mm-hmm. That's a bust of Michael, or Malcolm.
Jesus.
Think about kids shows and how they do capitalism in it.
Yeah.
And advertising. and you're there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is happening.
I like the mocap suit. Wow.
How you doing over there?
I'm doing all right. This is not,
What you thought?
it's different. It's weird. I don't think it's terrifying, but it's very strange. My juice box is protecting me though.
Oh, well, that's what juice boxes do, so I hear. Just 2 more quick episodes. You're almost there.
The date is still the same. Health juice. The red-haired
guy?
guy. Yeah, because his head exploded in the last episode. I love how they're able to change the facial expressions on the puppets and all that stuff too.
And they made all of it by hand.
Wow.
Organs.
I like how they put pizza in that. That's like the most unhealthy food ever.
Again, advertisements.
Yep.
Look on your face, Tim, is just like,
It's just it's so strange.
it's all gray.
Cigarettes and milk.
Yeah, you're gonna do good. Aspic.
Aspic, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's beef fat jello.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Everything makes your teeth go gray.
Especially if you don't brush them.
That is very true. Wow. I am very curious to hear your theories on this when we're done.
Do you have your own theory?
No, not at all.
One more episode.
This is so strange.
You just plowing through.
So he's all that's left now.
At the moment.
Yeah.
So he's yellow. The other guy was red. I think D was for dark.
Yeah.
He was black. Blackish or like
The
brown
duck?
colored. Yeah.
I thought the duck was green.
Was he? I don't even know.
I don't know. I don't even know now. I have no idea. My sense of reality is gone.
Well, good. Then it's doing what it's supposed to do. There's his clown. June 19th still.
Yeah.
So I'll really only be able to tell you like possible theories people have. I have no idea what the fuck's right or what isn't. Excuse my language.
I think they leave it like that on purpose because the best thing is to let your brain fuck with itself and figure
just
it
from
out
the
on
theories
its
I've
own.
heard, I think everyone's a little right and a little wrong.
Right. Okay.
Unfortunately, watching something like this, like watching a student film when you're in college, unless you're the person that made it, you're like,
you have no clue what's going on.
I was in multiple student films. I can't tell you what they're about. And I have copies of them.
For our many viewers that we may or may not have at this point, Kristen was the star and makeup artist in a movie that we will be reviewing at some point in the future.
I hate the fact that you remember that.
Oh, I will never forget it.
Yeah, well, neither will I, but for different reasons. And star is a loose term.
You're shown on screen
For a few minutes, yes. So that's our red guy right there.
Right.
While you were plugging the crappy movie I was in. It's
Right.
crappy, by the way, people.
I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know how glorious it is.
Not a word I'd use.
I've seen parts of it though. I've seen pieces like where the vampire girl bites the other girl in the ass.
No, I got stories. Anyway, I'll save that for another day. So this is our red guy right here drinking.
Mhm.
To me, that's important because it's almost like Office Space YouTube version.
Right. But see, if this came out 9 years ago, up to 2 years ago, this was in the beginning of the Wild West of YouTube, though.
It was.
When you could put weird shit like this up there, and
It's still well known. It really is.
yeah,
Back, forth, back, forth, back.
It was like a conversation I had like last week with someone about Homestar Runner. You never forget those types of things. They still have their place.
I have no idea what that is.
Hi, we're gonna fix that.
Ah.
Think creatively.
So maybe he's losing his fucking mind. The camera work on this is something else.
Yeah, this had to take them years.
This is good stuff.
It's amazing. It's why it still holds up today.
Yeah.
Oh my god, just kill the lamp at this point. I don't sleep well as it is. If my lamp starts singing, I'm breaking it.
He's losing his mind.
You're not helping, red guy. Stop pressing buttons.
He can't help it.
There are pretty buttons. It's yellow guy's dad.
Hmm.
You know, the guy with the porno.
Right.
It's fair. Porno's healthy. Pull the plug. Pull the. I feel like I'm in my burlesque Pink Floyd show. Tear down the wall. Tear down the wall. Look, they're all their favorite
They're all
color.
different colors now.
They're the favorite colors that they said they were.
And it's still the same day.
Is it?
Nope, not anymore.
That's it. That's all a series.
Jesus, and then it starts all over again.
Go ahead and pause. So let me stop sharing.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've watched Matt Pat break this down.
All
But
right.
the idea is that Red Guy worked in this corporate hell. I know
Mhm.
what that's like. And had this idea for a children's show. That's why he said, like, oh, you know, it wouldn't be fun if this file could talk. I'm a file and you put documents in me. You know what I mean?
You and I have both worked in the corporate world, and I can
Still do.
Well, yeah, I mean we do, but I can absolutely relate to.
So some of the theories are that that is pretty much the very first thing that we see in this whole entire thing.
Mhm,
And he goes to that karaoke and he sings a song with the puppets, you know,
mhm.
and he's looked at by Yellow Guy's dad. And so the unspoken idea is that Yellow Guy's dad approaches him to do a kids show, which is supposed to be his dream, the Red
For
Guy's
his
dream.
son.
But his son's got to be in it.
Oh, okay.
And what you see is the first episode starts out the way that they thought it should.
Mhm.
And then slowly gets darker and darker and darker. And as you go through these episodes, they get darker and darker and darker. And the idea is that you have a dream, you chase it, but you need money too. And then you are a slave to whomever fronted you that money.
Yeah.
So when he pulls the plug, the idea is he's pulling the plug on everything that he agreed to, and now he can make the show his way. So that little last snippet that you see is the day changing. There's not a lot happening in the background as there was, and they're now all their favorite colors, and they're happy.
That's interesting. So thinking about that for a moment, what it is at the end is what everybody wants it to be, but what it starts as in the
Is what it
beginning
is.
is what the father thinks it should be for his son.
Because he
And
sees that selling point and making
yeah,
his son a star in a
and
way.
it goes through the progression of his son just losing his fucking mind.
Now, I mean, and if we post this, I'm sure a lot of people will tell me I'm wrong. I don't know what the people that made this, if they ever said what it was at all. I've never looked that up. I've never tried to figure that out.
I think it
Because
would be
to
a lot
me,
cooler if they didn't tell you what it
because
is.
to me, I just want to enjoy it. And I've watched this a lot. I just want to enjoy it for what it is. It's creepy. It's weird. It's, it makes you think. You do have to watch it multiple times to catch everything.
Right, absolutely.
Almost everything in there is on purpose. We can't even say that for most movies. So if I remember Pat's theory correctly, and he had a lot of other things going in there, but like the Cliff's Notes version is that was the idea. Now he had ideas about like the date and it not moving, a kind of a limbo purgatory thing. I think he also had almost like a World War II vibe in there, something about June 19th being an important date. Apologies, I don't remember dates that well.
I'm
so
usually
I can't
pretty
remember.
good with history, and I can't
Yeah, and I can't
remember
remember what it was.
for
I'd
the
have to watch
life
that
of me
again.
what that would be.
And keep in mind it's been like 4 years since I watched his
Mhm.
film
Oh,
theory.
it's my favorite fugitive.
No, it's like 3 years since he did it. Sorry, Enigma's playing a game. He's playing Temtem. Temtem. It's like a Pokemon type game.
Oh, that's cool. So okay, so let's break it down then. You've seen this before.
Multiple times.
Go ahead and give your rating. A to E. What do you think it is?
So A best, E being unlabeled canned food. I actually give it a low B, like B minus.
Okay.
Which I know is not a meat type thing. I give it that because I don't know. I don't know if it was me having to be part of some art films or me going through this art film phase where I watched a whole bunch of things where you had to interpret. I don't want to think that hard. I don't want to think that hard about the story. So I love the characters. I'm a puppet person for people that don't know. I love puppets. I love the work that went into that because there's so much work that went into that, all the details, everything like that gets me. I like things spelled out just a little more. It doesn't need to be spelled out 100%, but lead me a little bit more.
Well,
I don't want to have to go to somebody else's YouTube channel to try to figure it out.
Well,
And
sometimes you don't have to. You shouldn't
Right.
have to think that hard when you watch something. Your brain should just be totally confused throughout the whole process of that. And then when you're done, you're like, what in the world did I just watch? And you have to process that and then watch it again.
And that's the only reason I didn't give it a C or anything below or because below is not a word, by the way, guys. Sorry.
Below
Anything below that.
It's a word now.
It is now. Belower. Strike that reverse if we're going to use it from now on. It's because there was so much thought that went into it. And I know there was.
No kidding. That
much detail.
That blew me away too. Like the cinematography and stuff like that. That's intense. Like they put a lot of effort into something that was going to confuse a lot of people.
And I don't mind things that you have to interpret for yourself at all. Like there's plenty of movies that you have to interpret for yourself. I don't know. I just every time I watch it, I still enjoy it. Maybe I think too much like a kid though. I'm still like looking in terms of black and white, and I think there's a lot of shades of gray in there that I'm not catching. Well,
what
would you give it?
As far as what I would give it, I think that I agree with your assessment on a solid B minus. A nice hunk of meat without the garnish. But something like this doesn't
no garlic butter.
Though. Yeah, no garlic toast, no garlic butter, no nothing. But something like this doesn't need that, and I think I'm going to stick right along with what you're saying. Maybe even go as high as doing a solid B. I would do that. But a B minus, definitely, I can agree with that 100%. And the only reason it doesn't go higher for me is
excuse me, listening.
is because it's just so confusing, and it requires
it is, and it's your first time seeing it.
Yeah, and it requires a multiple watch.
Keep in mind, this is like my 8th, 9th time seeing it. So
Now, if this absolutely spelled everything out from beginning to end, I think it would have gotten a lower rating from
right,
me.
I wouldn't like it as much.
Yeah, but
Which is weird because that's the basis of my rating, but I needed just like a scotch more,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's it.
just a little bit. Just
Just give me
just
a little.
give me that garnish. Put that
Mhm.
little parsley thing on my fucking
M-
steak and
m-
let me look at it for a moment.
Maybe in that last episode with the red guy, maybe explain that out a little bit through the
Mhm.
acting. I get it. He's lost in a sea of red guys. He
Yeah.
wants to be different. Someone sees that and takes it.
And
But
that might be
sometimes,
why he's blue at the end.
well, and that end shot is in the very first episode when they're doing the creativity thing. They all spell out
Mhm.
their favorite colors. They're now their favorite
Oh,
colors.
that's right.
So
And
they get the creativity back into their
mhm.
own show.
Yeah,
But they don't have the budget anymore. There's nothing on the walls as much.
right.
Um, there's nothing much there, but it's still the same show, but it's the way that they wanted it to be
Well,
versus this big budget thing. Now, is
even
that
at the
correct? I don't
end,
fucking know.
right? Even at the end, you saw characters that were not in any part of it that showed up, and I guess that
And
that could even lead to what you were saying about the dad wanting it to be a specific way.
and I think in the second episode when they do the time thing, um, you blink and you miss it. Red guy looks at the clock that's starting to sing and goes, "Wait, who's that?" Because he
Mhm.
was supposed to have carte blanche over his idea in his show.
Gotcha,
And now he
gotcha.
this isn't a character I created. Like, this isn't even what this is supposed to be about. Who is this?
Right.
And they just go with it. So I think that there is some truth to what Matt Pat's theory is, just based off things like
Hmm.
that. I think this was supposed to be the brainchild of Red Guy, and he trusted Yellow Dad, is what I'm going to call him.
Right. Right on.
But
Okay.
Yellow Dad has, stars and money signs in his eyes, and I can make my son a star through this type of deal. So he
Right.
changes it. Now there's sponsorships. Now we're telling people what's healthy. Now instead of telling them to look at a globe or a map, we're telling them to look at a crap computer.
Yep.
And only do what computers are meant for, pie graph, digital style,
Answer all
digital
these
dancing.
questions. Yeah.
It's don't have your own mind, don't go down the rabbit hole. Here's what this is meant for, nothing more. No reason to look here, we're good.
Right. Absolutely.
So I mean, we could spend a whole hour and more just digesting this.
Okay.
Maybe we should on Twitch one day, like with people.
Absolutely. Well,
I would love to know what other people
I
think.
I know that a lot of people are going to have their own comments about this that are very different from mine and yours. Absolutely, we want to engage with you. We want to be able to discuss this with you,
Oh yeah, tell us your
and
thoughts,
and
because
I want
we're
to
like,
yeah, and I want to be able to tell you how wrong I am. So, yeah, if you have any different ideas, different theories, different comments, or whatever, go ahead and leave those in the comment section
please
below.
do.
Yeah, both.
We would be happy to do a Twitch, just chatting Twitch
Yeah,
session where we just break this down.
but both Vampy and I will be engaging with people in the comments section and things like that. But all right, so Vampy, between the both of us, I think it's safe to
Solid B
say
minus, man.
absolutely solid B minus. Nice big fat juicy steak without the garnish.
I agree with that
Okay.
wholeheartedly.
All right. Well, is there anything that you want to plug before we go?
Not at the moment. I mean, unless you want to plug the fact that we'll be on Instagram and Twitter and a Twitch channel. So I will drop those links below.
Fantastic. And also, guys, we've got more episodes coming on the pipeline. We've got some special guests lined up. I know your husband is going to be joining us
Enigma's so excited.
for what is quite possibly the worst dumpster fire of a fucking movie ever made. And I cannot wait to watch it with him. And that
His
movie,
favorite book.
yeah, and that movie would be Battlefield Earth.
It's his 100% favorite book. We have multiple copies in this
Now
house.
he has never seen this movie
Never
before,
seen it.
ever.
Never seen it.
Holy
And we're not
shit.
Scientologists or anything like that. It was just one of the
No.
very first books he shared with his dad. So
This is going to be fantastic. And also let's plug that we've got another special guest coming along the pipeline. A good friend of ours, Amy from
Amy.
Fantasy Fiction Fanatics.
we're gonna watch Lady Hawk, is it?
Yeah, Lady Hawk. She has agreed to join us for an episode. Neither Amy or I have seen Lady Hawk, but you
I
have
can
seen
quote it
Lady
from start
Hawk.
to finish. Yeah, I can quote it
Exactly.
from start to finish.
So this is going to be awesome because all three of us are really huge fantasy. Amy,
God.
obviously, with her channel Fantasy Fiction Fanatics, but you and I mean, we've come a long way with role playing and things like that, and books that we read, and we both have our own individual journeys getting into fantasy and
I
stuff.
swear I'm gonna be like one of those comics where you guys are gonna be watching it for the first time and I'm just gonna be like, are you watching?
Okay, but there are other movies coming along. Maximum Overdrive, one of my favorite movies.
Creep Show. You and I need to do that one.
Absolutely, Creep Show. Legend is another one we have
Absolutely.
that we want to do. And a
Live
ton of-
Scream.
Live Scream, yeah, absolutely. You and I have watched that before, but
We're gonna watch it with
we're gonna do it
Enigma, my
again.
husband,
oh,
because there's some, I don't want to say parodies because it's not really parodies,
right.
but he plays some games in there that are supposed to mimic other games, and I don't know all of them. I know a few. I don't know all of them. So
Right on.
my husband's more of a gamer than
And
I
I
am.
think
So.
when you and I watched it the last time, I could figure out a couple of them, but
A
not,
couple of them you really
not
can.
all of them. Yeah.
A few of them you're like,
Yeah,
that'll be
I
a fun one
wasn't
too.
sure. But
And
Live
then,
Scream's
you
a
know,
great movie anyway.
Oh, it's amazing.
And that's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
It's so
again.
underrated. So
Well, all right. Thank you very much for watching all of this. If you have made it this far, Vampy, thank you very much for introducing me to what could possibly be one of the strangest YouTube shows I've ever watched.
You're welcome.
All right, Vampy. So if there's nothing else, why don't you go ahead and take us out?
Thank you for joining us, and we will see you in the next helping of Grade E Meats. Have a good one.